Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or like my mother says, top of the morning. All right. Well, once again, I was sitting here and pondering and thinking of a tool that I found along my journey that might aid somebody into helping them live a better life. Therefore, what do I do? The only thing I know what to do, share it. It fulfills me. All right. How many of you have felt that you are not this bag of bones, this body, and sometimes maybe you feel prisoner to this body, and you just know you're not this body. You're something else. You're this soul, this spirit. So the subject I want to speak about is inspiration, which is to me the opposite of embodiment. Embody, hence inspiration, in spirit, rather than embody, in spirit, embodied, inspiration. Makes sense. Inspiration is such a beautiful thing. It's one of my favorite tools, one of my most effective tools that I found along the way. It's like the man that made the hammer. There was nothing for centuries that was more effective. Inspiration, by definition, using Wikipedia, is stimulation of the mind or emotions to a high level of feeling or activity. Or another definition via Wikipedia, divine guidance or influence exerted directly on the mind and soul of humankind. Those are some pretty good definition. I like it. I could relate to them. When we're inspired by whatever means, whether by a song, a poem, a book, a movie, or even a belief system, we tend to glow. We tend to remain at ease. We feel happy and fulfilled. Unlike most drugs, the high of inspiration allow us to make better decisions, feel more compassionate, appreciate more, and be happy. Happiness is not something we do, it is something we are. We are happy by being happy. Inspiration is a wonderful tool we use to live a fuller and fulfilled life. We all have been inspired at some time or another. We all know that great high we feel while inspired. We all know the many benefits of being inspired. Then why don't we remain inspired more often? Tell me. I'm waiting for your answer. Why don't we remain inspired more often? If we find all the benefits of inspiration, can't we try to find ways to be inspired? I find inspiration in nature, in books, in a smile, and in life, in experiencing my experiences. I find inspiration in music, Oof, in a great conversation. I feel inspired when I write. I find inspiration in love, in friendship. I intend to remain inspired. And I had to question those things of what inspires me in order for me to intentionally remain inspired. I feel that I live a aware and beautiful and happy life while I'm inspired. Nobody gets inspired and feels bad. You you get inspired and you're automatically a natural high. Literally, you feel light, and that goes hand in hand with the whole in spirit rather than in body. What inspires you? What can you be? What things can you use in order to remain inspired? What music inspires you? Being inspired brings forth true and deep happiness, not that exterior shell happiness, fake it till you make it happiness, but that true butterflies in your stomach, glowing, lightness feeling of true happiness that we unfortunately, only encounter in glimpses of our life. Call me crazy, but I enjoy being happy, whatever it takes within reasons. I, I, I found that inspiration has aided me in being happy. So I thought it might just aid someone else. Therefore, I place inspiration into perspective solely for you and you and you and you. And, meditate on it. Ponder on it. Turn off the radio while you're driving and think about what makes you inspired. What inspires you. Is it talking to your significant other? Is it meeting a friend for coffee and talking about life? Not talking about sports or the weather or the news, but talking about life. Maybe bring up this conversation and say, hey, I was thinking and I heard this thing about inspiration and how inspiration, when we find ourselves inspired one way or the other, we become happy. What do you think about that? Who knows? There's nothing negative that could come out of that. Let me not say so, because I've seen some people make the most positive, beautiful things in life into something negative. So, however, find what inspires you. Find that song, that music. I could sit in the park looking at the water, listening to the birds, and be in a whole different world. I feel like my soul just goes out for a ride. I could listen to some good music, read a good book. This music in the very background has no words. It takes me somewhere. Listen up. Maybe you enjoy this a little bit. Find what inspires you and run with it. Repeat it. Make it happen. Live life intentionally. Choose what goes in your cup. I'll leave you with inspiration. Hopefully, maybe this little 8 minutes have inspired you. All right. You're allowed to go back to your day. Have a good one. Until the next time I find another tool that might help you. Goodbye.